Tonight on the ROWAN Rundown, a ROWAN professor creates a new way to discover species. ROWAN teaches the teachers about the Holocaust, and solutions are now in development in response to the opioid crisis. This is all coming up next.
Today is another cloudy and wet day, so be sure to keep an umbrella with you. The sun will start reappearing on Friday, and milder temperatures through the week. I'll have the latest forecast for you on tonight's rundown.
Open up your books to page 360.
Did you just look at your phone while you was in class? You played yourself.
Talking about inspirational quotes.
You gotta believe in yourself. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Louise, can you give me an example of an inspirational quote?
Don't play yourself. The key is to make it.
And who said that?
I did. Now that's a major key alert.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at getschool.com.
Hello, and welcome to the ROWAN Rundown. I'm Silent Michaels. A ROWAN professor creates a new way to discover species with enhanced DNA techniques. The School of Earth and Environment's very own Dr. Daniel Duran claims that this method applies to all types of life, and that it could be used to find new versions of different species like birds, gorillas, or plants. More information on Duran's new technique can be found in the Nature and Scientific Reports journal. Did you know the university offers a master's program in the Holocaust and genocide studies? 26 states mandate the teaching of the Holocaust throughout grade school, New Jersey being one of them, and this number is actively growing. However, education on the Holocaust and genocide studies is less common in grades K through 12. So, ROWAN is offering this degree to help educators and public historians educate themselves to educate others. The program began in September 2020 and consists of a 30-hour, 10-course degree structure covering history classes of the Holocaust and other genocides, as well as how to teach about these subjects. If you're running behind on enrolling for the fall 2024 semester, you're in luck as the deadline is being extended to June 1st. The extension applies only for incoming first-year students thanks to a delay in the implementation of the 2020 FAFSA Simplification Act. The act was introduced to make the process easier for students and families, resulting in a delay of data processing, which can impact prospective students' ability to make decisions for their education. ROWAN has extended the enrollment period to provide students ample time and resources to make the right decision for them. When we come back, ROWAN researchers address the opioid crisis.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
Solutions are in development for the opioid crisis. Director of Operations Rich Germain reported on two things he learned in his research. One, that the medications weren't as safe for long-term use, and two, that the fallout would require immense effort to repair. Drummond says that so long as the National Institutes of Health has a big enough budget to fund the research, he believes that novel medications and improved treatment strategies are coming soon. Earlier today, I had the opportunity to speak with Sarah Shockey, the WIT's production editor, about her article, Cocaine on Campus, Exploring the Party Drug's Increasing Collegiate Popularity and Normalization. So Sarah, you recently wrote an article about cocaine for Rowan student-run newspaper, The Wit. How did this idea come about?
Yeah, so the news editor, Maddie, actually put it on the board at one of our meetings, and I saw it up there, and I thought it looked really cool, really interesting, so I decided to take it. And then when I was brainstorming, the angle I wanted to take, how I wanted to approach it, I came up with like 10 plus sources, and I thought, okay, this is going to be a little daunting, so I asked my friend Marcella if she wanted to co-write it with me, so we kind of split the interviews in half, and then we just met up, we wrote it, and we took it from there.
Okay. Now, is cocaine use an actual problem at Rowan?
Yeah, so from what we found when writing this article, we would definitely say yes. We talked to a bunch of fraternity members and students, and they said that they've either seen it, done it themselves, or had friends use it in pot overdose, actually. And then when we talked to EMS, they said that they've responded to a couple students, from substance-related issues, not necessarily just cocaine. And then the Wellness Center says that they do help a lot of students, who are struggling with addiction. So from what we found, yes, it's definitely a problem.
Now, is this a Rowan problem or a multiple college problem?
So yeah, this is something that's definitely happening at colleges all across the country. The study that I actually cited in the article was the National Drug Use and Health Survey, and it said for 2022 that 27.2 million people suffer from drug use disorder over the age of 12. So it's something that affects not just college students, but people of all ages.
Wow, 12 is very young. That is scary. Now, I want to get into the process of the story, but you mentioned that it's Greek Life that's having an issue with this. Since they are affiliated through the college, is there anything that's going on to help tackle the problem?
Yeah, so when we talked with public safety, they said that they can meet with the frats if the student affairs office requests it, to talk about certain issues they're having, for example, with drug use at their parties. And when we actually reached out to student affairs, they didn't comment when I asked, because when we talked to the students, actually, they said that for the most part, student affairs doesn't reach out to them, and public safety in turn doesn't work with them, not because they don't want to, but because they don't have the jurisdiction to unless it's requested by student affairs. Okay. So for the most part, these fraternities are basically let out of the blue, like they have no real help when it comes to the university.
Wow, that's really concerning. And can you give me a tiny bit about the process of getting this article done?
Yeah, so it took me almost about a month. I talked to people from all different departments across Rowan. I wanted to get multiple different perspectives, including, public safety, the Wellness Center, students. We talked to the Students for Sensible Drug Policy president and got his perspective on the issue, just so we could get a really well-rounded article that, didn't come across as biased or trying to say one side or the other was better.
That's amazing. Now, is this, do you think this is going to help stop the issue now that you've written about it?
I would definitely say yes. I have had people from the Wellness Center actually reach out to me personally and say that, this article has opened their eyes to an issue they weren't really aware about. And that's what I think is the beauty of these investigative pieces, because it really hammers home at a really important issue and it gets people talking about it.
That's incredible. Well, I am so excited and proud that this is an issue being tackled. So thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Camera 3. Rowan's Art Gallery at 301 High Street changes exhibits every few months. Abigail has the latest on the exhibit, Bonding. Abigail, who is the artist for the Bonding exhibit?
The artist is Jack Larimore. He's a New Jersey-based creative and maker. He uses nature a lot in his pieces. It's his muse.
That's really interesting. I love nature.
Yeah.
Now, what is this exhibit about?
The exhibit is about the interplay between the natural world and the domestic world, so inside the home. And so it uses a lot of natural elements like organic wood and tree trunks and cotton versus right next to very structural elements like the heads of shovels and wooden frames that are, very harsh and angular.
That is certainly unique. I love that. How long is this exhibit going to be there for?
Well, it just started on March 25th. That's when it finished being put up, and was made public, and will be there until June 15th.
Amazing. I can't wait to check it out. Is this open to the public or only students?
It's open to everybody. It's open to students and the public. It's completely free. Anybody can come in and see it if they want to. They can just go in and look at the art.
That sounds absolutely wonderful. Well, thank you so much for filling me in.
Thank you.
Absolutely. The New Jersey State Council on the Arts awarded 2 Rowan University faculty members prestigious state grants for their contributions to the arts. The New Jersey State Council on the Arts Individual Artist Fellowship Program awarded more than $1.7 million to 161 New Jersey artists, including Heather Lanier and Ron Block at the Rick Edelman College of Communication and Creative Arts. Lanier received a grant of $23,925, while Block, a finalist, received $4,250. Also named a prose finalist, Professor Emerita Julia McDonnell, who received $3,850. Coming up after the break, a look at Rowan's positive economic impact on Glassboro and the state.
Got a quarter?
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke, because buzz driving is drunk driving.
In less than 5 years, Rowan University's annual economic impact on New Jersey has nearly doubled to $2.9 billion. Projects such as Discovery Hall, the $46.7 million academic building that opened in 2021, support growth in the region and state. Rowan is planning $1.5 billion in expansion projects in the next decade. The study notes that Rowan is a key economic driver in Glassboro, influencing local business and employment opportunities. Rowan-related activities impact Glassboro a total of $225 million annually, according to the report. Now, let's check in with Allison Cassidy for a rundown on Rowan sports. Allison, how are the profs doing?
They're doing wonderful, Silent. Rowan softball continues to dominate the field as they add yet another win to their 8-year win streak this season. The Profs took home the win against opponent Rosemont with the final score of 17-1, which marks their largest win against the school yet. Numerous players stood strong during the game, such as Riley Lutz, who secured the victory with 7 strikeouts and continued her no-hit streak to 8 whole innings, as well as Emily McCutcheon, who tossed 5 innings of 1-run ball with 5 strikeouts in the second game. Rowan hitters also had a successful game and walked a total of 8 times and got hit by a pitch twice. 2 Rowan students represent the swim team as they take on the NCAA Division III championships in Greensboro, North Carolina. Jack Watson and Michael Fraschiola are taking to the water accompanied by their head coach Brad Bowser, who says that Fraschiola is an extremely professional swimmer, as he previously broke the team record as the first person to complete his swim in under 2 minutes in the 200 breaststroke. Rowan University is cracking down on health and safety of student players on the field following the collapse of an NFL player, Damar Hamlin, who was saved after collapsing mid-game and requiring CPR and an AED. The academic department explains that they now have a total of 5 AEDs, also known as automated external defibrillators, which analyze the heart's rhythm and deliver a shock to start pumping the heart efficiently if need be, costing a total of $3,000 each in each of the academic buildings, as well as staff equipped with the machines on campus during events like graduations and sports events.
After the break, we're going to check in with Jared to see what the weather is for this weekend. World-renowned glass artist Paul J. Stankard serves as the artist in residence this year for students in Rowan University's Rick Edelman College of Communication and Creative Arts. Dr. Sanford Tweedy, Dean of Edelman CCCA, said between Stankard's clear brilliance and passion for his work, he'll be a great inspiration for student artists. In his role, Stankard will interact with students in his home studio and on campus, and give talks and demonstrate how he creates his celebrated art. And now, over to Jared with sports. With sports? Whoa, we need to know what the weather is, not sports. My apologies.
Hello, I'm Jared Mattia with your 5-day weather forecast. Tonight's forecast is some clouds with a high of 52 and a low of 43. Friday is sunny with a few clouds, a high of 56 and a low of 35. On Saturday, it's pretty cloudy with a high of 59 and a low of 34. Sunday, the sun returns with a high of 63 and a low of 46. Monday is when the rain comes in with a high of 51 and a low of 42. On Tuesday, the rain stays with a high of 51 and a low of 43. This has been your 5-day weather forecast. As you can see, it's been a pretty dreary day on campus with rain occurring on and off and the sky being flooded with clouds. But over the weekend, we are getting a little bit of sun, which will diminish this.
Hey, Jared, I guess the April showers are coming sooner than we expected with the rain and now the warm weather. It's very confusing.
Yeah, the rain's been going off and on, and it continues into Monday and Tuesday.
Oh, okay, geez. Well, at least it'll give a chance for all the flowers to blossom, because I did see some flowers growing on my way to class today, which was fantastic to see. Such a good note of spring. Now that's all for today. That wraps up tonight's news. Thanks for watching.